Hey YouTube land, Just Jax here, coming to you from the Just Jax Gaming Studio, and today we are back on Star Creek. Welcome back. Last video we cleared this out, terraforming and such, and I had a comment in that comment section on that video that asked for an island tour, and I appreciate the feedback, and I will get back to everybody that as I can, and I asked them if it being a mess was okay, and they said absolutely. So they're right. I need to give you guys a tour of what I've already done before I dismantle it, and so forth. And I encourage feedback of even like what to build and where to build it and anything. That's what this experience is about. So I'm gonna share what I'm doing, and if you guys have ideas or thoughts or anything, then yeah, of course. I will tell you now, I do tend to run around in this mode. It's how I decorate and such. You can see more of the game in my opinion. There are people that decorate for, focal points and point of view such, and I tend to just do it a little bit like this. These are all custom paths that I have put down, and you're going to see that this is where things were. I'm also going to talk to Stitches, of course. All right, so let's get started. So coming in off the airport, I am going to take a left. So this area is Mira's house. Mira is the only original villager left. I do not remember who the other original villager was, but I have this little area set up by her house. All things are subject to change, including locations of houses and shops. So this comes over here to the beach, but this path goes up, and it goes specifically to Lolly's house. A lot of my villagers will have been from amiibos. There are some that are not. And then I had over here this little farm section for Lolly's house. And if you keep going up here, a lot of people are home. Chef Ray's house. So they have a little flower garden and such. Of course, another storage shed. So yeah, this is this little area. It's still got a lot of room to do a lot with. I'm actually thinking of moving one section of the island over here, and kind of making this maybe a farmer's market. That was the idea. And then, of course, I ended up making just another farm plot, as I tend to do. So yeah, this has got some stuff that needs to be cleaned up. Don't need the money trees anymore, and all that stuff. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and go up this way. None of the beaches are decorated. It's mostly storage and such. Here is my peninsula that I have nothing on. I might do the usual, make it a lighthouse spot. I'm not sure. I could put the lighthouse up here and stuff and do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, this is a good area. And we have Sahara selling stuff today. So this is all blocked off a little bit. There's not much area to move around or anything to do. So I think I want to get rid of a lot of that. And then none of my rocks. I think I have one section on the other side of the island that has a little bit in the upper section of the beach. But that's about it. So there's still a lot of work to do on this island. It was nowhere near close to being done. And I was, getting decorating blocks. So I'm just gonna go back down through here. We're gonna go back to the path I have. Like I said, pumpkins, just like weeds. Yep. So yeah, so when you come across that bridge, there's a little path set up to go this way. Lolly's house, Chevrolet's house. Let's just keep going up. So this is completely congested. This is where I was throwing trees, I was throwing pumpkins, I was throwing flowers. But all through that mess is the one and only Molly's house. So Molly is a duck, and I gave her like her little own area. She had a pond, and I trashed it, and I need to put that back. I want to give her just a specific little pond. I don't know about how close to her house and such, and then we're going to clear this all out. So there's all kinds of room over here. There's more waterscaping I can get rid of, and all kinds of stuff. And I was also collecting stuff up here. And I was doing all this right before the announcement broke. So yeah, I kind of stopped doing some stuff. And the one and the only. Oop. Stitches. This is Stitch's little house, and you can hop over this. But that goes directly to the farm down below, so I wasn't sure about keeping that. I liked it and I didn't like it. So yeah, there's all kinds of room through here. And now we're going to go up to the one area that's really going to get rehauled, and that's the museum entrance. I liked this back here, and then all this kind of got clustered a little bit too much, but I had some good ideas, and like I said, I was trying to do things differently on this island. I don't like my campsite. This is not the normal campsite I do. I had something here, and I moved it, and I was trying more waterscaping. So yeah, and then this is going to come over here to Claude's house. And apparently, I did time travel, so we're back on the first day of fall. So a lot of people are going to say they haven't seen me. Okay, so yeah, this I re-waterscaped and did a lot up here, and I kind of liked it, but with it being right by the farm, I don't know if it makes sense. So yeah, and then that's where we were just a minute ago. So yeah, this is all kinds of congested. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back down. There is a way to get down to the farm from there, but I don't want to approach it from there. So like I said, I want to do the coming up to the areas view. So we're going to go all the way back down. So okay, we're going to go back to Lolly's house. That's where we were earlier. Okay. And this goes up. See how it says farm right there? You're going to go through just, you know, some trees and such. I already started working on this before I got this idea to start doing everything. So this was really congested. There was all these pumpkins right through here and all that. So yeah, this was a lot more congested as well. So I cleared that out. I was working on redoing the farm, and the farm will probably stay as it was. So who to live on the farm? But sure. So yeah, this little section over here, waterfall down there. So this looks a lot better, and then I have a lot more room to do more with it. It was going to be a pumpkin farm only, and so I do still have some of the pumpkin farm over there. So this will possibly change it a little bit too. It'll have more stuff added to it, more pathways. I didn't know what direction to do the pathways. More pumpkins. And here's a little orchard on the farm. So yeah. And what I love about this game is messing with items and using them in ways that might not have been quote-unquote intended. But these are just little barrels, and they have labels on them. But they have turnip labels on them technically, so sometimes I flip them. And then this little guy, you can put the lid in different directions too, so yeah. But I like having it so you can see the lid, so yeah. So now we're going to go through our waterfall. Sorry. And then here's another, technically the campsite sign, but I'm supposed to also have like a do not enter kind of thing, because this is kind of like an old abandoned area. I really like how it turned out, but I had some other people play on my island with my controller as me, and they did not know how to navigate this area, respectfully, because it is a little bit too clustered. So I will possibly completely scrap this and or adjust it some. Just about any area on this island is subject to change, pretty much. So I had the little waterfalls coming down to this, and this is a design code for puddles, and so if you just use half of it, then it looks like that. Other puddles and such. I like design codes because it adds, you know, elements and storytelling, but also makes it so no weeds will grow and stuff like that. So, and you can get to Red's boat through there. So there's all that. So yeah, just little, because I like the ruined pillars and I haven't figured out a way to use them. I can use them around the cave object and stuff, but that cave takes up a lot of room. So I am proud of that area, but I think it's time to change it in some way, but you know, possibly leave a lot of the elements to it. So yeah, there's all that. And this comes across by my house that we were at yesterday. So if you come straight up from the airport, you'll come up to my house, and then there's more than one way to get across here. And this is Poppy's home with a little storage shed in front because it blocks her sign. And this is the area I'm possibly going to move to, that area I was talking about first. I love having like a little beehive, farmer's market thing. And that's why I said, since that's going to be possibly be a farmer's market over there, why not put the beehives somewhere and then have the farmer's market part over there. So yeah, with design codes, you can put them on other objects. So yeah, that's why like we have the honey, and that's technically a milk jug. And then the beehives you can move, but I like seeing the honeycombs. So you can move any object any way you want. And then this little pot a lot of people use as a honey pot because, you know, Pooh Bear. So I'm going to go this way first because this island, this part, yeah, this was a lot more congested. You can see I was working on it. It had some more rivers and such, and there was a lot of congestion up where we're going to go next. So yeah, I nixed a lot of that. And you couldn't even walk over here in any level. You couldn't even get to this ladder and such. But I like this little spot right here. You know, we can call it a ode to Taylor Swift because, you know, who uses typewriters anyway? There's more beehives and such over there. And then we're going to go up. And this area had a bus stop and all kinds of stuff in it. And like I said, all of this was just other stuff. There wasn't even that chunk up there. So the shop was really congested. Like I only had like one little section that you could get through. So like all of this had decorations, and it kind of stopped here, and then had all this terraforming that you couldn't even see. It looks like we have another lost object. Let me pick that up for the day in case it's for today. I don't know if that's new or not. So it'll have to stay in your pocket for a whole day, and then you can drop it. Because if you drop it today, I believe it'll disappear. So yeah, here's Nook's Cranny. And after the video I made yesterday, I decided that what I'm going to do with the shops. So they're possibly not staying up here, and I might move the museum over here and put my house where the museum was. So yeah, this will definitely be changed. And that was supposed to be by Cranny, and it got completely moved because, like I said, it was so congested over there. So this has changed multiple times. This whole thing had a whole bunch of different decorations and such. And there's so many stairs to get up here. And I cleaned up a lot of this and re-terraformed so you could actually get over here as well. Like, I do like the foresty and stuff, but I also like to where you can move through it. And you could not do that. So this little spot over here just goes back to our entrance to the secret beach. And now that we're over here by that farm, I think I did all of this, yeah. So we saw all of this. And now this is over by... We're getting to the top right corner. So I did have this set up. Little campsite. I don't know why that's there, so... And that's the thing is sometimes, especially in the beginning, to get your Nook Miles and stuff, you're going to throw a lot of stuff on the floor, on the ground, and just get some of your Nook Miles and to get your island up. Your island stars up and such, so sometimes that stuff saves or it gives you a good idea. So I have this little hoppy section, I love that bridge, and I love a diagonal. And I added more to this because this was really congested as well. And this little path is actually going to take us right back to my house. And then over here, let's just go this way. So now we're going to go down through here. The last video was all terraformed. And so now we're back to, let's see what Molly has to say real quick. Play a game? What are we going to do, Molly? Oh, I don't like the treasure hunts. There's too much space. My island isn't very open right now. When you have a lot of open area, it's a lot easier to play. So right now I'm going to have to say no. And I'm in the middle of a tour. I'm sorry, Molly. Alright, and Stitch is over here, being cute as ever. So yeah, oops, sorry, Molly. This is Judy's house. Right when we walk in, just a refresher. So yeah, we're back to the airport. And we terraformed all this. So over here on this section of the island, this little pumpkin farm, is Bob's house. I was thinking about leaving this over here, maybe. But I think I'm definitely going to nix this or make this smaller. So, yeah. So, this goes to the beach as well. Like I said, tossed some items down. Was testing how this worked. Got some other little codes that I was trying out. A lot of trees over here to farm them and such. So, yeah, this is just a bunch of storage, pretty much. So, we're going to come back through here. Oh, here's Bob. And I told you how much I love Bob. There's Bob. So when you come up through Bob's house and Judy's house, whoops, like I said, congested. Aw, Molly's in the little sweater I gave her. And then this bridge goes up there. But this little waterscaped area, keeping that for now till I start decorating officially over here. And this goes back to where we were. So yeah, storage for all the flowers and such. So I have a lot of room to work with. So now we're just going to cut across pretty much. We're behind Judy's house. We're back to the beginning. And so if you come up to the left here, still more stuff, more waterscaping and such. Maybe not here. Yeah, that I had a spot. It's up here. This little spot was a little hoppy over. Right there. And then this, I have plenty of messages. Yeah, the birds let you know you have messages. And so here's the plaza. So all of this is going to go. And possibly all of that over there. Once I can store the flowers and such, this will have to wait till next year. That's a storage set I put down in the last video for decorating. And I am pretty certain after I move my house, that gives me a lot more room. After I move my house and after I get rid of all the flowers and trees, this will all be all the shops and such. I'm thinking I'm going to do a mix of the farm core and the cottage core that I like to do, but I'm also going to do a little bit of a town. So I'm going to do like a little bit of a mini town, a little country town. I grew up in a little small country town. Whether I get more pathing and or streets, that's up for debate. Or if I'm just going to keep it like this and it's just little paths to walk through everywhere. So there's a lot of options still. But I definitely do believe I'm moving all the shops and either keeping the museum, putting the museum where the shops are, but I'm definitely going to move my house up to the top. And that's one of those things you want to do near the end sometimes, or put your house on the beach to the end, because coming out of the top of your map can be inconvenient while you're still working on the island. But also if you put the Mario tubes, you can travel easier. So yeah, that's pretty much the quick little island tour that was suggested and asked for, which made perfect sense, and I appreciate that feedback. And yeah, so this is Star Creek for now. I will possibly clean some stuff up off camera, but I will definitely be on camera as I redecorate and reorganize in preparation for the 3.0 update next year. So that's it. That's all I have for you today, guys. I appreciate you tuning in as always, and I'll see you next time.